Hi, it's Neil here from Total Wellness Club, where we help solve the problem of preventable ill health by helping wellness providers like you drive up your impact. And we do that by helping you build proof and credibility in your solutions. So it breaks down barriers between you and your clients. And we also bring you marketing insights, tips, and insider secrets. So today, we're going to look at how to ask for what you want. And if you're watching this video, please give us a hello. We do like to know you're watching. And also, if something really resonates with you as I'm talking today, please feel free to comment on that as well. We also enjoy knowing the buzz that's happening in your business. We like to know what you're doing. We like to know what's new. We like to know what you're excited by and what you're celebrating. So please do feel free to share all that good news with us as well. News from Total Wellness Club this week is that we have been out and about this week. We have actually been along to the Free From Festival in Bristol. So we were out meeting people who have created some amazing free from products, free from dairy, sugar, and gluten. And we've also partnered with the festival, and Nora, our brand manager, is going to be critiquing stands from that festival to help the exhibitors to increase their success next time out. So that's our news. That's what we've been up to. News amongst our members this week. I'd just like to do a quick shout out for Tim Walter. Tim helps therapists and creatives and entrepreneurs with subtle energies. So like the energies that can positively or negatively affect their lives, affect their projects, their creativity, and also their businesses. And Tim has just broken the 2,500 subscriber mark on YouTube. So congratulations to you, Tim. You've been doing some great work there recently. So today we're talking about how to ask for what you want. Specifically today, we're going to talk about asking for what you want in terms of a wellness business and things that affect your success. So we're going to look at things like sales. We're going to look at asking for referrals. We're also going to look at asking for client reviews and asking clients to rebook with you. We'll also look at some reframes and examples of how to ask in each scenario as well. And hopefully you will find a comfortable way to ask. When I was at college and I was studying psychology, I remember a stat that when you ask for something, you have a 70% chance of actually getting someone to do what you've asked them to do, simply because you asked. And I found that stat quite amazing, actually, and it's stuck with me ever since. Now, if you contrast that to not asking for what you want, when you don't ask, then the answer is always no. So there's a 100% chance of not getting what you want simply because you didn't ask. So we know that there's a real power in asking for what you want, but it's not always easy to do that, is it? In sales, there are various numbers that are floated about the number of touches that are needed to make a sale happen. And apparently 80% of sales happen after the 5th touch or request. But most people actually do give up after the first request or the first touch. Now, maybe you've met somebody and you've asked them if they want to become your client and they've said no or not right now, and most people leave it at that. But often the follow-up and the repetition of being in touch is the thing that can actually make the difference. Now, for those of you who are parents as well, you know how many times you've got to go and ask your kids right before they actually do something. So this really is very much the same kind of thing. You need to keep sort of asking and staying in touch until that thing actually starts to unfold and happen. Whether that's, as a parent, whether that's the first time or the 20th, you have to just keep going and keep being repetitive and know that you're doing the right thing. And it's very much the same with looking for new clients and asking for referrals and reviews and sales and all of those things. So there's something about asking and then having the persistence to keep asking and also then staying in touch. But for some of us, it's really hard to do that, and we don't want to come across as being pushy or salesy. And actually, generalizing sort of slightly, we see this happen in different ways through our membership in different niche areas. So let me just give you an example. In the niche area of, let's say, body therapy, so like massage or reflexology, a lot of therapists and find it difficult to get reviews because asking for reviews means that they've got to ask for something, and that's something that they do really struggle with. And what we're seeing is that there is two very sort of distinct personality types. There's the amongst therapists, there are the ones that like to serve, and there are the ones that are happy to lead and be a voice in the industry. So the ones who serve generally have a harder time asking for what they want, and because they really are in business to give. And in fact, sometimes charging a fee can actually be quite hard for that sort of group of people sometimes. And if that's you, I'm sure you'll recognise what I was saying just then in that. What we also find is that there are some therapists who are really bold and who are really out there. You know, they're happy to ask for reviews, they're happy to win awards, they really do want to stand out. Because they ask, they do increase the likelihood that they'll get what they want. And in some cases, they might ask again and again, and they might remind people about what they want them to do. So eventually those clients do what they're asking them to do. So my question for you is, what do you have trouble asking for? So what do you have trouble asking for? Just think about that for a moment. If you want to pop that down in the comments, that would be great, because it's a way of actually sort of getting this out of your head and actually starting to create some kind of accountability even within yourself for this. So what do you have trouble asking for? And the next question I have is, are you happy with the way that is right now, or are you kind of wrestling with it and want that to change because you know it's costing you something? So are you happy with that, or are you wrestling with it? Then I want you to think just for a moment and just ask yourself what not asking is actually costing you right now. So what's it costing you, in not just in terms of money, but what's it costing you in terms of the things that you want to do in life, the lifestyle you want to live? You know, does it mean that because you don't ask for certain things like sales or referrals or reviews or something like that, that you're actually out having to do more of things you don't want to do, like networking and speaking from the stage, or things that you're uncomfortable with? So just think about those questions, and please do leave your answers in the comments as well, because as I say, it gets it out of your head and gets you thinking about it, because it's sort of down on, not on paper, but online, if you like. If you'd like to change that about yourself and you want to begin asking, then keep listening, because what I'm now going to do is I'm going to look at 3 or 4 different scenarios with you. I'm going to help you to reframe those and maybe give you some approaches that you might be more comfortable with. Because sometimes, the reason why we struggle to ask for something is actually because we don't have a good example of a way to go about doing it. So hopefully I can help you with that in the next sort of 10-15 minutes. So sometimes, just before I do that, sometimes I would say a quick reframe. Sometimes that can be enough to help you see what's on the other side, the things that you couldn't see before. Because sometimes we approach things like, I don't want to be pushy and salesy because I don't want it all to be about the money. But what's on the other side of that you haven't yet contemplated, that's actually beyond the money, beyond what the money even represents. So a reframe sometimes can be really helpful in that way. Sometimes if the issue is a bit deeper, if those issues come from self-worth or low self-esteem or something like that, sometimes something like a little bit of coaching from a life coach or some EFT or hypnosis could help you. And there are some wonderful people on Total Wellness Club within our community, so you can go and have a look for those and search them on the Total Wellness Club website. One I would actually recommend in terms of this kind of field is Andy Bryce. Andy Bryce is an award winner with Total Wellness Club, but he's also one of the founders of EFT. And I'd recommend going and taking a look at Andy if this is a kind of problem that maybe you want to fix. But let's look at a couple of ways that this sort of plays out in business, and then let's look at some reframes and give you some examples. So first off, let's look at sales, because asking for a sale is something that a lot of people struggle with. Because a lot of people fail to ask for sales, or they ask badly because they don't really want to ask, but they know they should ask. So asking for sales badly, I think, is like having a big open cut, and instead of going to the hospital and getting stitches, you try and just put a plaster over it, but the blood just keeps seeping through. Sorry if that's a bit graphic, actually. I probably should have used maybe a better analogy, maybe, you know, like an orange or something like that, but you get the picture, you get kind of where I'm going with it. But we've all witnessed bad salesmanship, or we've witnessed needy salesmanship, and it's really not pleasant to be in the company of that. So when I used to play football, I remember one of my coaches really drilling me until this sunk in. He used to say to me, if you're going to go in for a tackle, go in 100%, because if you don't, you're likely going to increase the likelihood of injury. Now, I'm talking about sport here, but we're also talking about sales, and the example kind of still applies here. If you're going to try to sell, do it properly, and learn how to do it, and do it with love and with compassion and with respect for where the other person is, but also where you're at as well. And what I'm saying is, don't be scared of selling. Don't be scared of it, but be aware if you do it badly, you can offend people and you can hurt them. So learn to do it well. And often not selling is actually, or not asking for a sale or doing it badly is largely about you. You don't want to seem pushy, and actually I don't think being pushy is a good thing. But there is a need to be really clear and make a really nice offer. Especially when someone is genuinely in need of your help. You know, they need you to be able to be strong and confident for them, and they need you to be able to explain what you can do really, really clearly and how that would work for them. And at the moment of sale, what and how you present to them is really important, because if you don't make that offer and you don't make it with assurance, you can actually fail to serve them, and then they're left in pain because they either didn't understand what you offered, or you didn't come across with confidence and assurance to the point where they felt they could come and work with you. So not asking in this case, or doing it badly, is actually doing a disservice to other people. So asking is really important, but equally asking well is also really important as well. If sales is something that you struggle with and you want to get better at that, and you want to do it in a very conversational, easy, non-pushy way, I have a program which is called the No Selling Sales Formula, which is on the screen. You see the URL here at the top, and it's at 7figurebackoffice.com/No Selling Sales Formula. 7-Figure Back Office is another one of our businesses, and we created this program, but for Total Wellness Club members, this program is available to you for just £47 as opposed to £197, which it is normally available at. So this program will really help you because it gives you a natural flow to the sales conversation, and it shows you how to make a really good sales offer, and it talks you through the process, and also it helps you to understand the different types of personalities that you may come across during a sales conversation. And it's not a lot of money, as I say, it's just £47. So it would be really easy for you to get your return on investment on that. So, okay, let's move on to the next reframe. So let me just stop sharing my screen and come back to continuing with the next reframe. So let's look at another example. Let's talk about rebooking clients. So when a client finishes their session with you, do you rebook them? And I'm asking this because I was looking at buying them in business recently, and in one of the conversations that we got into, we were talking about staff rebooking. And there was a cultural thing in this business that the clients could walk out of the door, and the client would then just call when they wanted to come back in, and the business would then just try and fit them back in again. And I found that really startling. And I know that other people do that as well. It's not just unique to that business. But for me, it's a fundamental. I know that when I work with my clients, I just say, look, let's get you booked in for next month. It's inbuilt, and I've done it from day one, and I've just repeated it for the last 15 years. And I know that I'm going to say this to clients. It's going to be habitual. It's going to be automatic. And my clients know that I'm going to say that to them as well. To the point where actually, a while ago, I forgot. I was just about to disconnect the Skype call, and the client says to me, "Aren't you going to book me in for next month?" It was like a panic in the voice. So it's also inbuilt into my clients because they've just got used to me asking. So rebooking clients is a great thing to be asking. Asking them to rebook for next time, and it's great from a financial point of view. Because it makes so much sense, because you want to build up a residual income coming into your business rather than always going out and looking for new clients. So if you could get the repeat business in your practice, in your business, to a level of 60%, even if you're shipping goods, if you can build in a way of going back to those customers after a period of time, if you can get good at that, and you can increase the repeat business and get that to be about 60 or 70% of your business, then you're going to find cash flow is going to be a lot easier. And you're not actually going to have to be out looking for as many clients as you maybe currently are. So actually, if you don't currently ask clients to rebook at the end of a session, and you took nothing else away from this video except getting into the habit of doing that, that would be totally worth it for you. So the phrase I use, let's get you booked in for next month. So there's an example there. If you want to pinch those exact words and use that, please be my guest. Let's look at another reframe, another way of asking. So let's look at referrals. So asking for referrals isn't necessarily easy, but if you can master it, it really is a total game changer, because you have other people actually out there growing your business for you. So I found a way to do it, and I'll share that with you. If it resonates with you, please feel free to use it, because I know that you're going to be going out there and helping more clients just because you asked. So what I say is, I really enjoy working with you, and I'd love to work with more people like you. And often these people are in your network of family and friends. So I wanted to let you know that I'm looking for a couple of new clients, and if you refer somebody to me, one of your friends or family, and they become clients, I will actually give you a free session. Now, you might have noticed that the way I was doing this is I'm actually flattering the other person, so it's quite nice and pleasant for them to hear that I enjoy working with them. And usually it always is true, because I won't work with somebody who I don't enjoy working with. All of those clients, when they're referring people, generally I hit it straight off with everybody that they refer. When clients work with me, doesn't, whatever they were charged on day one is what they still pay today. So if a client's been with me for 10 years, they're still paying what they were paying me 10 years ago. We do exactly that same thing through all of our businesses. So like the membership with Total Wellness Club, if you joined when it's £97, it will stay at 97. When it goes up to 197 next year, you'll still be paying 97. So we always have that habit of doing it. So when a client refers somebody to me, what they're actually getting in the free session that I give them is the exact amount off that they would normally pay. So the way that this has worked, if a client's jointly say and was paying £100 or 200 or more, that's exactly what they'll get. So I've got one client who in the last few years has referred me 5 times, and I've got another client who's referred me 4 times. So between just those 2 people, I've actually given away about £1,800, but they've supplied me with about £20,000 in referrals. So I'm not bragging when I say this either. I just want to give you examples and show you how this can happen for you if you just ask and you get comfortable with the way that you ask. And I hope that the way that I positioned that request really resonates with you, and flatters your clients and makes it very easy for you to go and ask. So we've just been talking about referrals and how to ask your clients to refer their friends and family, but let's also talk about reviews here, because they're kind of in that same kind of area of sort of recommendation. Now, if I told you that you could increase your business by 26% using referrals, you'd probably be interested in knowing exactly how to go about doing that. But there's the problem, you see, because getting that 26% increase means that you've got to go and ask for something. And the trouble is that asking for things is something that, as we've said, a lot of people struggle with. But what if we make this really easy for you? What if when you ask for something, you understand that you're actually enriching two other people's lives as well as your own? Now, that's really worthwhile because 3 people win. So it's win-win-win. So here's the deal. If you ask your clients to review you on the Total Wellness Club platform, we will give your client a gift on your behalf. So meaning they benefit. And they're probably going to feel quite good about giving you a review anyway, because you've been helping them for a while and they really appreciate that. So here's their opportunity to give you something back beyond the money. And this isn't just in some people's nature, the way it is in your nature as well. You know, it's like when you give someone a compliment and they go, oh, no, don't compliment me, you know, and they brush it off. It's exactly the same kind of thing. People actually do want to do nice things for you. So this is your opportunity to allow that to happen if they want to. So they benefit because we're giving them something. And you've allowed them to give, and they're giving you that gift of a review. Meanwhile, you've got that review, so you benefit. But how do you benefit somebody else? Maybe somebody new, maybe a new client. Well, this is really easy because a review gives a prospect information that they need before they purchase from you. Because what they're looking for before they come and work with you, before they invest with you, they're looking for evidence. They want to know that what you do really works. So having a review proves what you give and what they can expect from you if they choose to come and work with you. So it gives them a lot of confidence in you. So they win. They're coming to you feeling confident in what you do. So what this means is that 1 time out of every 4 times somebody looks at you, they will come and buy from you, because statistically speaking, we know that 26% of online buyers refuse to buy unless there is a review present. So that means at least 1 in 4 people visiting your website today won't buy from you because you don't have a review in place. So simply put, collecting reviews is costing you new clients right now. So we've got templates for sending emails to request reviews. We've also got SMS messages as well to help you to get reviews. So actually, if you can just put this in an email or in a text, if sort of the face-to-face refusal bothers you, the likelihood of you getting the review is increased significantly. I was going to say 70%, there it probably is. The chances of you getting that review is increased by a long shot, certainly when you say to the client, would you be able to leave a review? I'll send you a link so that you know where to leave it. Would actually reinforce that request. So as I say, we've got templates for you to use. They're in our resource suite. If you've registered with us, all you'll need to do to get that is to get into the resource suite. And you can do that just by logging into your account now, because we've linked up the resource suite to your accounts. So when you log in, you'll see a button there. Click the button and it will take you straight through to the resource suite. And what you're looking for is a section that's right at the top of the page where we've got resources for everybody. Now, if you're a wellness provider and you're not yet registered with us, come on, come and join us. Come and join the community. Go to business.totalwellness.club. What we do at Total Wellness Club, we're all about social proofing. We want to help you to create evidence that your process, what you do, your products, your service works with your clients. We want to share the good news. We want to share that impact that you're making with more people and have those people look at you and go, yeah, I want to come and work with them. So we help with social proofing. We also help by giving you awards. So as your reviews tot up, we give you awards, so then you can claim that you're an award winner, as well as obviously having all of these great reviews as collateral. And we teach you how you can use those reviews in other ways as well in your marketing to add really solid evidence and credibility, because proof is so important when people are looking to come and work with you. The other thing we do is we also provide you with trainings like this, and we've got guides and templates that help you with other sides of your business as well. So that's all within our marketing suite when you register with us. So go to business.totalwellness.club and register with us. So today we've covered how to ask for what you want. We've looked at some examples, we've done some reframes, given you some solutions, hopefully as well, to help you ask for the things that maybe you've been struggling with. And we've looked at sales, we've looked at referrals, we've looked at asking for new clients, we've also looked at asking for reviews and asking people to rebook with you. So we've covered quite a lot of ground in, I think we've gone over a little bit today actually, probably about 25 minutes or so. But I'll see you next week. Have a great end to your week, have a great weekend, and please, as I say, feel free to post any breakthroughs or insights that you've had, and I will post links to Andy Bryce, to the No Selling Sales Formula, and of course to Total Wellness Club's registration if you want to come and register with us. I'll see you next time. Take care now. Bye.